All right, Esper Reanimator. We played a variety of reanimation strategies, which, for those who aren't familiar with what that means, Reanimator decks in Magic are decks that play cards like Concoct here and Bond of Revival to put expensive threats like Drakuseth and Agent of Treachery into play ahead of time. We use cards like Chart a Course, Tomebound Lich, and then the Surveils off Thought Erasure and Discovery to get these threats into our graveyard so we can then bond them out on turn 5, which is sweet, especially because Bond gives the creature that we're bonding haste, which lets Drakuseth come into play and deal a bunch of damage. So let's go ahead and jump on into some matches here with this and see how it goes. Ooh, let's peek at our rank really quick too. What are we at? We're 98, so we dropped 20 spots in 2 days. Sounds about right. Definitely, almost certainly gonna have to. I think we're likely gonna have to play again before the end of the season. We'll see. Didn't you build a career out of playing Mopey Modern decks? Yep. Modern's changed. Modern used to be young and bright and chipper, and I don't love the Modern. I don't love what Modern's grown up to be. Modern and I, if you were to design a card to fix Modern, what would it do? You can't. It doesn't exist. Okay, so you can't just make Modern fair by adding new cards to it. As any format of Magic gets bigger, you have to manage the format with a banned list, or it is only going to slide towards obnoxious combos, because as you add more and more cards to any format, you're going to have more and more combinations of cards that have unforeseeable, unintended combinations with them. They're going to ban something from Hagak this next update, and a year from now or 2 years from now or whenever it happens, there's going to be the next graveyard card that breaks Modern. There's always going to be another Hagak. Always. There's always going to be another good colorless card printed that makes Tron better and Ancient Stirrings better. I'd ban Mox Opal, Faithless Looting, and Ancient Stirrings. I think I'm into both of these, huh? We'll chart a course to ditch this agent. Hey, what's going on, Mastermind? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, break yesterday was good. Leafkin. Yep, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Time Raveler bounce this Leafkin to make any X spell they have a little bit worse.
I know my responsibility. No, I am not making this up as I go.
So they can Nissa this turn. At the end of the day, something that I would like to stress to people, and this is something that I think is important to know and just like realize, is that Modern is never going to change. Wizards of the Coast is happy with what Modern is as a format right now. And if you are not happy with what Modern is as a format, you should just stop playing it. You should not hope it's going to change. Hoping Modern is going to change and be fundamentally different than what it is right now is a fool's errand based on something that's not reality. Just started out, dude. Light, match 1, game 1. And if you love Modern, that's great. Just enjoy it. Yeah, and that's the great thing about Standard, is even if you don't like Standard in its current form, it's guaranteed to change every 3 months. I think it's a silly thought exercise to talk about fixes, Draven, because talking about fixing Modern implies that it's broken, and it's not broken. Corbin Hostler had an excellent tweet the other day, and it was just like, he just said, like, even if they ban Hagak, the Modern that you know is gone and it's not coming back. And I just could not agree with that statement more. Just like, it's very, very true. I think I want to Thought Erasure them here, huh? I think there's a good chance they have another payoff in their hand. Yeah, sweet. Value.
Trust me, I have a plan.
I think I just eat this since I have the Bond of Revival to get this next turn. Lich is very, very good. This is a good this is a card that's very good with both of our plans. It's good on the Esper control plan, and it's good on the Reanimator plan. You made that? What if I made that? And then let's send both of these here, so that way I can't bounce the Hydra. Now this has haste, Panza. Deal. I'm gonna bottom both of those. What's going on, Anaphylactic? Good morning. Killing the Leafkin Druid cuts them off of 3 mana here, so that's decent in case they draw something like a Hydra. Crisis, or something like that. Hot take, Kenix. Modern already only has 4 to 5 playable decks, but people continue to register whatever they want in spite of that fact. Modern's already there, and it's just never going to be reflected in the decks that people actually play, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This card probably doesn't really impact what they have. I think I want Stroke and Gust here. I probably just trim Discovery because it's filler. What else do I want to get rid of? Narset is good in the face of Hydrate Crisis, but she probably just dies to their mana creatures pretty often, huh? Legion's End is decent at exiling their Hydras, so that's probably worth keeping. Is Aether Gust good enough? Maybe Gust isn't good enough. Putting their Hydras back on top of their deck is, like, not particularly good. If you play to lose, all decks are playable. Yep. And honestly, part of the reason why we have so little Magic data is because, you know, when people talk about, like, their pet deck, like, look at how many people out there make the argument that decks like Blue-White Control and Jund are great. And you'll see why having less magic data is good for people like that. Because if we had data to objectively show which decks are good and bad from lots of large data sets, people wouldn't be able to live inside their reality where like, in spite of overwhelming evidence, they still do their thing. If you don't think Jund is great with Ren and 6 right now, you're wrong. This isn't Reddit. You don't just get to tell me I'm wrong and then not give any justification for it. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Bye, Felicia. Please tell me more about how your grindy card advantage card is really good in Modern. Please tell me more. You want to tell me Jund is great? Reed Duke didn't play Jund at the last Mythic Championship. And the Mythic Championship is an event where decks like Jund are better than normal because they're open deck lists. So no, Jund with Ren and 6 is not particularly good. Sorry. Double Reef Nissa. I think we just take the Nissa and then hope to grind through these Reeves. Yeah, I'm in for a 5th land, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Renin 6 is really good in whatever format a lot of people have, like, wrapped up in their head and think Modern is. But those of us who, like, live in reality and actually, like, play against Hagak and play against Tron and all these other decks that, like, actually exist in Modern, like, it's not good there. Regazoo, thank you for the 2/3 of a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Sags, thank you for the 7 months. Open the stream, dear. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. I miss good old Hoogland, yeah? Thanks for keeping me around, Sags. I also love how I'm talking about how the lack of magic data makes it so people who think Jund is good and blue-white is good don't have data to show them objectively otherwise that they're wrong. And immediately someone comes in and is just like, Jeff, you're wrong. Jund is good. Maybe they were just trying to prove my point. Maybe they didn't actually think Jund is good, and they were just trying to show me.
Sorry I'm late.
Since we're in the market to piss off Modern Jund players this morning, hot take: Modern Jund is a more brain dead deck than Burn. Take that check to the bank and cash it. Is Hagak Summer as bad as it's worse than Eldrazi Winter? It is worse. It is worse than Eldrazi Winter. At least during Eldrazi Winter, combat really mattered. Hagak's all about mulliganing for your sideboard cards and hoping for the best. I just have a friend who spent $2,000 building Modern Jund, and I can't wait to link him this video. All I have to say is, anybody who just spent $2,000 building Modern Jund is not going to be dissuaded that their deck is bad by watching this video. And honestly, I think that detachment from reality is largely based in how much money people have spent on their decks for the most part. I think a lot of people are forced to disconnect because they've spent so much money on things. Yeah, we're kind of dead here with the Tristani, right? Like they're pot committed to needing their deck to be good. I'm gonna cut these Connives and bring in a couple of Desparks, I think. Birthing Pod was not legal during Winter, and Eldrazi Winter happened right after they banned Splinter Twin. But I top 8'd, and I'm almost certainly biased in my assessment here, because I top 8'd a number of events with Kiki Cord during Eldrazi Winter, but part of the reason why I was able to do that with Kiki Cord was because the Eldrazi decks were decks that cared about creature combat. Whereas the Hagak deck just runs you over. And sometimes the Eldrazi deck ran you over, but a lot of the Eldrazi decks, like, they ground and played long games where combat and blocking really mattered. I mean, to be fair, in like the 2 months after they banned Gak, Dredge is a great choice, because a lot of people are idiots and are gonna think Modern's going back to some golden age because they banned Hagak, and they're not gonna realize that, like, there's still Dredge and Infect and all these other really good combo decks in the format. Phoenix. So they're gonna cut their graveyard hate, thinking that Modern is something that it isn't. Hagak is a symptom of what Modern is. It's the latest, most powerful symptom, but it is just a symptom. I'm gonna bottom the land. We've got a Surveil in this. We can dig for... We want to dig for a creature to bin to these kind of aggressively. Green-black rock gets better next week. Not having a fully dead hand and dying turn 3 anymore is promising. Why are you not going to die on turn 3 anymore? There's still plenty of decks that are going to kill you on turn 3. Turn 2. Would you like to hold up negate? We kept the second Tomebound Lich there because they have Baffling End. I'm gonna bin the third one, though. Yeah, I wonder how Green-Black Rock does against Urza. Green-Black with 4 trophies and a Maelstrom Pulse was, like, always pretty decent against, it was always pretty decent against, what's it called? Lantern, but Urza's kind of a whole different beast. Let's just draw 2 here, I think. Perfect. People hate Hagak because it creates games of Find Your Sideboard or Die on turn 2, while people long for the good old days of Find Your Sideboard card or Die on turn 3. It's funny because it's sad. I'm going to take their negate here. I think Kaya's Wrath's a good insurance plan, so I'm going to leave that on top of my deck. I guess Veil of Summer counters my Treachery trigger. Which is awkward. It's really unfortunate we haven't drawn a dragon, because dragon's definitely our better card in this matchup. Although I guess with Teferi in their hand, dragon's not that good at the moment. Green Elemental Blast. This card's way better than the Blast. It draws a card. Drawing cards is busted, in case you weren't aware. What's going on, Alkalol? Yeah, I'm feeling good this morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome, welcome. I probably want a Kaya's Wrath Double Risen Reef. Things threaten to draw a lot of cards. They drew a Leaf Kindred. That's so unfortunate. Land War Elves, deal. Okay. I'm gonna smack him with this and then Wrath here, I think. It puts them to mostly empty. This is a good read on the block here. I like this block from my opponent, because this attack implies that I'm probably doing this. Nice, Karma. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this even though they can bounce it. Although it is worth noting, Teferi's trigger stops Kefnet from working during my draw step, which is unfortunate. I'm just replaying this so I can attack the Teferi down next turn. Darby cut the Nexus. Cutting the one of Nexus seems like something that players will do without having any experience playing the deck. I would argue that cutting the one of Nexus is actually a really big change and not a small change.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
There are a lot of games that you just go to 0% chance of winning because you don't have a Nexus in your deck. Because the games where the Nexus matters, you're seeing your entire deck. I agree that Agent is good in the field mirrors. So if you wanted to hedge the field mirrors even more, you could definitely play Agent. Man, my God-Eternal Kefnets are just nowhere near as good as my opponents. Hopefully they, like, play something I can Despark, and then we Despark and they Veil, and then the following turn we get to Bond of Revival. Our dragons are really shy so far today. Morning, Jin. My Kefnets are just always vanilla 4/5 flyers. Did you want a vanilla 4/5 legendary flyer, Jeff? Here you go. Enjoy. At least they're also bricking, I suppose. Their deck, like, almost certainly has more lands than we do. Yeah, that's actually a good point. If I draw another land, I should probably just Bond of Revival a Lich. I think that's a good suggestion. I think I should have done that last turn, I agree with you. Thank you for pointing that out, Owl. I just have so many bonds. I was enjoying the first 3 matches, and then I played more Modern and remembered what Modern was. I wonder if we'll see him just cycle the Veil of Summer here. Negate, sure. So because I have 2 more bonds, I think I'm just going to leave this temple in my hand. I guess I can scry for something useful next turn. I wonder if we'll see him cycle this Veil since they're dead on board now. I think I'm bottoming that. I think if they get out of this, they're going to play to the board. I want something that can, like, answer a creature. Wow, I cannot believe they did not cycle that Veil. Do they have something that leaves them not dead on board here already? Sure. I'd like to attack for 4. Okie doke. And again, the reason I didn't Despark there is I didn't want them to cycle that and draw a card that could help them. Onward, upwards, backward, forward. Classic, mythic, rare, air, elemental. Hey, Kefnet's got 5 points of toughness, thank you very much. Yeah, it gets posted Monday morning, Jin. Just to be upfront with people who enjoy my non-rotating format content, if Wizards of the Coast doesn't unban things to give us new toys to explore on Monday, I think I'm going to be playing out the decks that are in the Modern queue and then being done accepting Modern decks for a while. The format as it stands is just really not something I've been enjoying. And playing formats I don't enjoy just isn't something I'm into these days. I think I'm gonna bin Teferi here. Maybe I'm supposed to bin one of these 2, but like this is like technically a removal spell, right? It's like mind control. This is a bad die roll to lose. We're going to dive straight into Standard every day or see some more Age of Sigmar. I think once Age of Sigmar releases their new set next week, I'm going to mix some of that in. I might, between now and when the next Magic set releases, I might also do a little bit of Overwatch and play a real video game. Alright, so I'm taking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, I mean, I'm technically not dead on board. And we're going to take the crap out of this Legion's Landing, because otherwise it's going to flip next turn. And I think I'm going to go ahead and bin that. Diablo 3 Season 18 starts here. I never got too into Diablo. So this puts us to 1. Don't make Kaya angry, chat. You won't like her when she's angry. Obviously, still dead to things like Sorin here. This is a lifelink creature. Yep. Hey, Chayati, thank you for the 6 months support there. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. They don't really have any haste creatures I have to worry about, right? I think I'm actually just gonna bond this back so I can try and lifelink here. I don't think that's crazy. I need to get 3 hits in with this. And maybe we just end up killing them before that's relevant. Yeah, Wrath was really good. I guess I should have kept the other Bond of Revival. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so we get to go Decline. I get to go... I think they're dead, right? I get to go Legion's End this. And then concoct back the Agent of Treachery. And then they can't have Vampire plus Sorin next turn. Yeah. Yep. Sweet. So, Kaya's Wrath, the Cry coming in, Devout Decree coming in. Teferi Time Lover, not amazing here. I think I actually trim at least an Agent of Treachery in this matchup. I'm going to trim 2 of them, actually. While, like, it was okay to get back there, Drakuseth is definitely the better card in the matchup overall, and I don't want to get clumped up on too many of these in my hand. And, like, Connive is, like, a pseudo-removal spell, even if we don't have something to concoct back, so... yeah, I think this seems good. After Nexus rotates, do you think emergency powers could be a replacement in Yarok Field to prevent teching out? I don't know, GDO. It's tough to know. You could also just play, like... 4 mana Jace. The deck probably gets a small rework, honestly. Delver93, I just want you to know that I saw your message and I appreciate you taking the time to write it. Orin, looks like you whispered me too. I haven't played either of those decks, so I don't really have an opinion on them. So I'm going to keep this hand, even though it doesn't interact super early, because it has Chart and Drakuseth, so just like any reanimation spell makes this hand like pretty good if we can not die before 5. And here's one of the other things, and one of the reasons why I'm kind of excited about Historic after finding a deck that I like, is even if Yarok Field ends up not being playable in the next standard format, we can still just keep playing it in historic, chat. Cry me a river, baby. Cry me a river, baby. Whee! Bye, Felicia. So, just so people understand my plans come rotation, I intend to focus on standard for the first week or so immediately following rotation. However, after that first week is done, we will likely be exploring other things, including historic. So even if Wizards doesn't give us like a meaningful tournament for it, so long as there's a queue where we can find matches, I intend to play some amount of historic on stream. Just because I do like the standard format. That's true. There's probably a good chance it doesn't have a best of 3 queue, which would be sad. Yeah, I think there's a chance we see historic supported in paper at some point. Honestly, I think a bit... Do I even cast that? I don't think I want to cast that, right? I think I just decline. I think I just decline. Sorry, to finish my thought, I think there's a good chance that part of the reason... I think there's a good chance that part of the reason we're not going to see historic really supported in the fall is because Wizards of the Coast doesn't want to draw attention away from standard when standard rotates. So I think they want to keep the focus on standard when standard should be prime hype. And I would bet at some point over the 2020 spring or summer, when hype for standard's a little bit lower, that we see them introduce Kaladesh and those older sets back into Arena and thus historic. Yeah, I might throw this Esper deck up on the website. This is our second time playing it on stream, and last time we played it on stream, it was really sweet too. That would be good marketing. When's the last time we saw that from Wizards? We actually saw good marketing really recently. They started paying HS Dog and Hafu to do some sponsored arena streams, which is also a very smart marketing thing for them to do. It's a very good use of their advertising dollars. Yeah, Fizz has been doing some as well. I forgot about him because he's on before I'm online a lot of the time, so I forget. But yes, he's also been doing them. I think paying those folks who have large audiences to stream is going to bring way more people into Arena than paying MPL people to stream ever could dream of. Yeah, the 4-color Legends deck is in the queue. As always, you can find the current deck queue on my website. Perfect. So hopefully we find an untapped Black Source next turn so we can curve Kaya's Wrath into Bond. Bond of Revival. Yeah, I bet we'll see older sets added at the 6-week mark in between set releases. Black Source. So, I think it's just time Raveler bounced the Sanctum Seeker. Yikes. Might miss our land drop and die. That, if I'm being honest, Jin, that would surprise me. I would be surprised if we ever see all of Magic's backlog added to Arena. All right. So we just dragging them, right? This leaves me dead to a second Sorin, but I think that's fine. We could still be dead here. Adanto Vanguard is very good. I have 2 copies of Legion's End in my main deck. So I think I start by doing this to dig for it. Now I probably want to attack first, right? If I miss on the Legion's End, do I want to attack? I think there's something to be said, Jin, about Arena never including sets that weren't designed with digital in mind. So there was a certain point in the Magic design philosophy where they started. There was a certain point in the Magic design philosophy where they started working with the design team. Yeah, I think we play Lich and Pass too. I agree with that assessment. I think I should have kept the swamp. Yeah, I should have kept the swamp. Yeah, if I'd have kept the swamp, I could cast this. Should we have swung there and bounced with Dispersal? Maybe? Weird that they didn't play this. Guess they wanted to represent a removal spell. They're dead, right? Because I Legions end this. And then they can't Sorin me next turn because they don't have a vampire. I guess I should have kept. They could draw Mortify. I should have kept the bond because then I beat Mortify. Yeah, I should have kept a bond because then I beat Mortify. Board in a very similar way to last time. Board these Teferis out and 2 agents out. Seems good. Sorry, so there was a certain point, I believe it's Eldritch Moon, was cited in an article several years ago, where the teams designing Magic cards started working hand in hand with the digital teams that are programming said Magic cards into things like Arena and Magic Online. And I think part of the reason why Magic Online is such a spaghetti mess at times is a lot of these cards, the way they're templated, are needlessly complicated to program for the effects that they have. And I think there's a chance that we never see cards that were printed like that introduced to Arena. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, we see, like, custom Arena sets that introduce sweet cards like Snapcaster Mage or Liliana the Veil to Arena, so they can put cards that people love onto Arena without explicitly having to program everything in. I think there's a chance that we see that happen. And actually something that yeah, historic only sets, like they just did a direct to modern set to introduce cards to modern. Another thing I think a lot of people aren't aware of is that Magic Online doesn't actually have every Magic card that exists. There's actually a list of cards that the way they're intended to work is so convoluted, they're just not programmed into Magic Online. Yeah, I agree, Jin. I think that in a lot of ways was a test to see if that's something they want to do. Not even just cards like Shahrazad. There's like legacy legal cards that aren't on Magic Online. There are cards that could see like some fringe play in Legacy that just don't exist on Mono. Chains of Mephistopheles is actually incredibly easy to create from a programming perspective. It's literally just a flowchart. Hey, Derpface, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, I want land tier, right? So if they attack, I want them to attack with just these two. I'll block. They'll pay 4. And then next turn, I'll attack with Drakuseth. They could have a Mortify here. If they have a Mortify, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Feels dead, man. Despark. Yep, good game. Flowchart is in if-then statements. Yeah, basically, Goo. If this has happened, then this other thing happens. So, I think we'll see Magic Online continue to exist as long as it's turning a profit. Magic Online, in spite of the state of the software, is an application that makes piles of money. So long as that application is making piles of money, I don't see it going anywhere in the long term. Like, I don't think there's really a reason they can't both exist. I think I'm doing this here just to try and scry for a land. Like, it feels a little bit bad to do it with Cry in my hand, but I think I just want to try and hit the land drop naturally here. That might be wrong to bottom, though, because it gives me 3 redraws at a land. Yep. This card's a sorcery. Yeah, it's not a small number, Jin. Now, something I would like to address about your statement there, Fearburger, is it's a little bit of elitism or FUD, I feel, even if you didn't intend it that way. the idea that pod drafting is the only form of real drafting is not something that I really like to say. Like, what's the definition of drafting, right? The definition of drafting is you're picking cards from packs. There's lots of different ways to draft. I think that's very elitist too, Fearburger, to imply that the way that drafts happen on Arena can't be competitive. They're different from how drafts are traditionally done. They're different than how drafts are done traditionally. So you could say compared to traditional drafts, they're different. That's accurate. But the better or worse mindset, just because of your personal preference, is like very elitist. What's up, dude? Can you say hi?
Hi. Why can't you down here?
I think we're dead, Declan. The vampire's gonna get us. Oh, you want some gummy candies? Do you like the gummy candies? Do you want regular ones or sour ones? You want to try a sour one? You don't know? Okay, let me open the sour one.
I want to test them out.
You gotta test them out?
It's gonna be a contest.
It's gonna be a contest, see which one's better?
I'm holding it, that's why it goes down.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
So, I've talked about the bounty board on stream before. So the bounty board, for those that haven't heard me talk about it, it's kind of like a bulletin board for Twitch streamers where you can pick up advertisement deals. And one of the ones that I accepted from there, my kids have never been so into my job.
Daddy, they're good.
They're good?
They're good.
It's good? That's good. I'm glad. I thank you for letting me know. I appreciate your testing. I think I saw Caleb did this one too. They had this company Gummy Fun Mix up there. At some point when the viewer count is a little bit higher later,
It's a bear.
we're gonna throw on the hashtag sponsored segment because I get paid based on the viewer count. But they send you a product to test as part of the shill. And Jacob and Declan were super excited to help me test the candy, believe it or not.
I'm gonna enjoy yelling.
All right, that's enough candy, please.
We have to leave.
You need to go with mom. All right, take one more.
It's a party.
Take one more candy and then go
Look
with
at all
mom.
the different ones at the party, Declan.
Savitz has a whole display in the background of his stream for those gummies right now. Yeah,
These are really good.
they are really good. Good.
They're good.
Alright, let's go. We gotta go.
They're Christy and Declan approved. I think I just want a Legion's End here for the sake of using my mana efficiently. Does Gummy Fun Mix make you a better Magic player? It does. It makes you more handsome too when you eat it. Thanks for the 7 months, Ferret. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yes, the chapel is currently tapped. So it's a good, easy way to support my content, by the way. If you want to leave my channel up all day, I'd appreciate you. Anybody who's going to be poking in and out. I think we're just blocking here. Huh. I'm going to block here. Because I really don't want to lose this to just first strike damage. So, like, if they have a shock here, they could shock this and then kill it with first strike. We are down to 7 here. Why not just embed like some of their major companies? Because I'm an honest shill. Wow, really? They decided to kill my lifelinker instead. Oh, Kefnet. Why are my Kefnets so bad, chat? Why are my Kefnets so bad? They drew another shock? Magic's an incredibly low variance game. Somebody who support high quality memes and dreams. Thanks for keeping me entertained day after day while I work. Thanks for keeping me around, Toastmaster. I appreciate the 5 months. Welcome back. Sometimes you just die, chat. That's how it goes. Sometimes you just die. I think I'm gonna cut the Connives and an agents here. Just leave Drakuseth as the top end. Maybe we should play some red mana because we're so good at drawing lands. God bless. Despark for Chandra and Frenzy. Maybe... I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just kill them. Well, I appreciate you coming back of your own accord, Toastmaster. I'm gonna keep this. And this hand, even if this hand draws just like another blue or black source, we get to cast Tomebound Lich, which seems fine. Taddeo, I was watching you on mobile while I got my boy ready for school. Gonna leave you on while I go to school. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. I think I just want to use my mana this turn. I'm gonna bottom that. I've lived that life straight out of Texas. Flesh-eating gnome, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think we're just going to gust this turn. Maybe I'm supposed to Teferi bounce it. Flesh-eating gnome, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate it. Hope your streams have been going well. This card's, like, good in this matchup on paper, but they have a lot of 3 damage spells, so this card does not often live through the turn. You get Wizard's Lightning here. Hey, Dispersed Me. Thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. There's a Drakuseth. I think we need to just do this turn, though. Alright, there's land. I don't want to just play the Tomebound Lich because the Chandra can flashback Wizard's Lightning and kill it. And like they're pretty likely to have another spell to kill this, but like if they're killing this, they're not killing my dome, so that's nice. Hey, Coons, thanks for the entire year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. No, Chandra flashback is 3 or less. So I know that because it can flashback up Nyx's Cruelty. Alright, any land here probably ends the game. Alright, I'm gonna exile this, I think, and then pass the turn. It might have been right to take the Frenzy, but I didn't want to risk them. Wow, that play is good for me. So this lets me just do this and then hit them and gain 1. Which is pretty nice. I really don't want to shock down to... I really don't want to shock down to 6 there to get the dragon into play. I guess I could have attacked and gone back to 7.
I'll protect you.
Is this too cute? This might be too cute. This might be too cute.
Only a matter of time.
Doesn't matter, good television. I feel like that's the answer. I feel like doesn't matter, good TV is a good answer. I think if they want to trade both of these for this, that's fine. Oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't attack with the agent. Yeah, I can never destroy it. I don't have another agent in my deck. So I boarded out 2 of my agents, and I boarded out the other 2 reanimate spells. Yeah, the last 2 bonds are in my hand. Oh, we can Teferi bounce it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We could definitely Teferi bounce it. That sends it back to their hand, but that is in fact a legal play. Believe it or not, I don't think our deck is as good as an experimental frenzy deck as their deck is. I think there's a chance we're the worst frenzy deck. God, why do people play this card? This one's no good. I would like the record to reflect that I'm aware this was the wrong play, but it was still the correct play. It's all going according to plan. It's just like we drew it up, chat. All right. We gotta fade. We gotta fade for one turn, chat. If we don't die this turn, we kill them with Drakuseth next turn. Don't do it to me. Have a heart. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. Do it. Do it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I applaud you. That was you know what? I don't care. I don't care. We lost, but I don't care. That was excellent television. That was very, very reasonable. We would have been 3-1 probably if I'd have made better plays there, but I stand by my decision to steal the frenzy. I think this deck's sweet. I think if you're looking to play a Reanimator deck in Standard, this is definitely the best iteration of Reanimator that I've played. The fact that it has, like, just the Kaya's Wrath is a good catch-up mechanic, and then Teferi leaves you random hosing hate against other counterspell decks in the format is really nice. So I think if you're looking to Bond of Revival things back into play, namely Drakuseth, this would definitely be my pick for the best way to do that in the format. Probably going to add this one up to my website later this week. All right, we are going to keep sliding along, though, here.